What is Super Robot Wars? Bacon? What am I getting into?
Okay, so Super Robot Wars, it's a turn-based strategy game featuring a bunch of different mechs from different enemies. So it's a huge crossover.
Super Robot Wars Cinematic Universe, guys.
Pretty much. As you can see right now, it's just mechs from different animes.
Magic Knight Rayer. So, those are all anime?
Yep, these are animes you can watch.
Magic Knight Rayer.
Yes.
That's the title of it.
That is the title of it.
So everything that it shows on the top, that's the title of the anime?
Yep, that is an anime. Okay, so here, normally you can just pick whatever birth date and blood type, right? But if you want a special one, put in November 11th, B type.
Okay.
Because that is the birthday and blood type of the director of the game.
Okay.
So that's been an ongoing thing since SNES days. You put in that
so 1111B.
if I remember correctly. So, well, this is going on YouTube, so if I'm wrong, people in the comments correct me.
Ah!
But if I remember correctly, that is the birthday and the blood type. It affects something called spirit commands. So for mainline Robot Wars, they usually have what we call SR points condition.
Okay.
So it's like an extra challenge for you to do.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll tell you what to do and you just gotta follow it.
Right.
So at the beginning, it's pretty simple. Just use all the weapons, and sometimes they'll say, clear the stage in 3 turns, or you have to, or sometimes it'll be
3 turns.
yeah, or sometimes it'll be take down a boss before it retreats. Some bosses, they'll retreat when their hit points get below like 50%. So you have to plan your attacks properly to kill it in one shot.
What do you use SR points for?
Nothing really. What it does is once you have a certain amount of SR points, then it unlocks certain secrets and certain paths for you to take. So it kind of affects the story a little bit. So move, obviously, you can move around. EX action, you cannot do it yet. You get EX action points by leveling up or taking down enemies. So we can try clicking on it. It'll tell you what you can do. So you can, spending EX points, you can increase your movement, direct attack. Well, it tells you what it does, right?
I see.
So the most useful one here, I would say Boost Dash. If you want to get to the enemies quick, you can use Boost Dash. Smash Hit, it gives you a guaranteed critical hit, which is times 1.5 damage. Multi-action means if this action takes down the enemy, you get a additional turn. Your max can move again. So if you have enough EX points, you can just keep going.
Okay. I have none right now.
You got none right now. So land, it just puts you on the ground. You can still move around. So we can put in the hover for now. So I'll leave it at that because this game has terrains stats.
Okay.
So different mechs are better than different terrains. And spirits, it's or spirit commands. It's what the pilots can do. So this gives them a certain bonus. So you can read the description. Well, this is English, so I don't recognize what this does. Attune grants 100% accuracy to an ally unit for 1 turn. So this, yeah, basically some enemies, they're really speedy and dodgy, so you can't hit it. So you can use it, but it costs 15 SP, so you can see 32 out of 64 SP.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and then as turn goes by, you regain a bit more SP.
Got it.
So this one, it's the other way around. You can dodge in 1 attack, completely. So if you want to attack a boss, but you're worried about his counter attack, then you can just cast Foresee, then you can dodge the attack completely.
I see.
And Focus, it's a really useful spirit command. It increases your accuracy by 30% and as well as evasion by 30% for 1 whole turn. So, but what they mean by 1 turn is
all your units?
All your units, as well as the enemy's unit. So once you're done, then it's enemy's turn.
Okay.
So both your ally and enemy turns together, it's 1 whole turn.
I see. Okay. Well, that's
Trust,
useful.
yeah, Trust, it's for healing.
Healing.
Yeah, restores 3,000 XP.
My healer. Okay.
Yeah, you'll get a lot of pilots of healing spirit.
Look at my mech. That's a dope mech. Who's this from?
This is original.
Original.
This is original.
Oh, they know how to make a mech. Look at that. That's a beauty.
Pretty nice.
So that's
Okay.
called Tyrannado.
Tyrannado? Okay, so
Alright.
should I guess I can go over the stats too. Should I go over the stats too?
Sure.
Okay, so the mechs has its own stat as well as the pilot. So we're actually scroll over to the next tab, pilot. So you can see the pilot has different stats over there. So to the right, CQB, that's close quarter battle. Affects how powerful your close combat attacks are. And ranges, RNG is
RNG.
so not random number generator. It's range. Obviously, it affects your range combat. Skill determines how often you can get critical hits, or the chances of you getting a critical hit. So the higher, the better. So usually you compare your pilot skill level against your enemy's skill number.
Okay.
That's how you determine. So let's say if the skill is like 181 and your enemy is like 150, then your chances of getting a critical hit, it's around like 30%.
So it depends how much higher you are from
how much
skill.
higher. But certain weapons has a bonus as well. So you have to add that to it. And defense obviously affects how much damage you take.
Yeah.
EVD is evasion, hits, it's your accuracy. So that's the basic pilot stats.
So this goes up. I assume it goes up to 999.
Yes, you can go up that high.
Yeah.
And then there's the terrain status. So this pilot is good in air, ground, water, not so much. Space is 8.
Top tier.
There is higher rank. You can get up to S.
Of course.
Yeah, there's S rank.
I forgot. This is Japanese.
There's always S rank.
Always S.
And then, okay, so to the left, you can see skill sets.
Okay. And this is just one pilot
This is one pilot
and one mech.
and one mech.
And then how much can you have on
Two-
your?
Towards the end, the last level, you can send out up to like, I think 20, 25 mechs.
That's crazy.
Although a lot of these skill sets, it's the same across all the pilots. So a lot of pilots will have potential. A lot of them will have support attack and stuff. So skill set I'll go over next time. You don't have
Okay.
to worry too much about it for now. And then let's go over to the next tab, mechs. So here's a mech, pretty self-explanatory.
I love this mech. This looks so dope. Okay, sorry.
Based on what I explained, this game sounds complicated. It's it sounds a little complicated on paper, but once you start playing it, it's not
just your run-of-the-mill
it's not too
tactical
bad.
RPG.
Especially the game is actually pretty easy, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. But okay, so let me go over the other stats. So HP is HP. Energy, you need energy to fly around when you're hovering in the air and you move. You need energy. Certain weapons also drain energy.
Okay.
And in some weapons they drain ammo. So once we get to the weapon page, we'll see. Armor obviously determines how much damage you take. Mobility affects your dodge rate. And sight affects accuracy. And then move, it tells you how far you can move, your movement range.
Like the squares.
The squares, yeah, how many squares you can move. And then of course there's a terrain. It's A on air and ground. Some units are S in air and then B in ground, so you want to keep them in the air.
Okay.
And then in the type, it just means the movement method.
Yeah.
Some mechs can only move in air, some mechs can only move on the ground.
I'm getting kind of hyped for this.
Okay, so power parts and special ability, forget that. We'll get to that later.
Okay.
Weapons. So at the very left, this mech has no close
all ranged.
It's all ranged. So if you see like a little target thing, that means
gun,
it's a ranged weapon. So the damage is affected by the pilot's range stat. If you see a little like fist symbol, then that's close combat.
Okay.
So class, don't worry too much about it for now, because later on you'll get some weapons called map weapons. So instead of going to the animation sequence, it just attacks multiple enemies at once on a map. And attribute. So this is something we have to pay attention to. So if you see a P, that means you can use it after moving.
What's it stand for?
I don't know. I'm guessing post movement.
Okay.
That's my guess. So if you see a P, you can use it after moving. B means it's a beam weapon.
Beam. Okay.
Beam weapon, yeah. Because some mechs, they have a barrier that only works against beam. So you have to kind of keep that in mind.
Okay.
And then damage, it gives you a rough estimate of how much damage you can do.
Right.
Obviously, once you get into later into the game, even though it says like 3200, because of your pilot stats, you will be doing like 6000. So this is just a brief guideline as to how much damage you can do. And then range is range, like how many squares. Hit, it's a bonus to your accuracy. CRT is your bonus to critical rate. And ammo tells you how many ammo it uses, how many ammo you have, and then EN cost tells you how much energy it consumes for each shot.
Wait, it told you. So this uses up the whole thing?
No, it uses 1. Each time you use this weapon, it uses 1 out of 10.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But this uses 10 energy.
Out of 250.
Okay.
Yeah. That shows their movement, how far they can move.
I see.
Which is useful because some levels you have to defend your base, so you have to make sure they can't get into a certain area. If you're not flying, if you're on the ground and you move on top of these buildings, you get some bonus. So in this case, you get plus 10% defense, 10% evasion. Some areas will actually regenerate your hit points and energy. So if you see any of those, you can take advantage of it.
I can get on top of this?
No. But keep in mind, enemies can take advantage of that too. So if an enemy gets on top of it, just watch out. But the defense and evasion bonus only applies when you're on the ground, but the HP and EN regen, it should affect you. I'm pretty sure it affects you even when you're flying.
100% hits.
Okay, so press it one more time. So this tells you what's going to happen. So your hit rate is 100%, enemies 10%.
This guy's done.
This guy's done, right? And it shows you your, how much hit points they have. If you want, you can use the Spirit Command here. You don't have to use it outside of the map if you want. So I wouldn't even bother.
Okay.
Demo, it's the animation. If you don't want to watch it, you can turn it off.
What?
Trust me, once you've seen it like 30, 50 times, you're like, let's just skip it. But yeah, for the sake of this, yeah, let's watch it.
Let's do it.
And we set her up. More dialogues. Yeah, this happens.
Anticlimactic. Let's go. Look at that mech. Oh! That target now. Retaliate.
Alright.
Dodge.
Dodge it.
Only 10%.
Only 10%. But don't trust it too much, man. You never know.
Required funds.
Yeah. So by taking down enemies, you can get money. So once you've taken all your actions, then move the cursor away from the mech, and then press I think it's the confirm button. Yeah. So you can end phase.
End phase.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the rest of the stuff I'll go over another time. So let's just get through this level.
What is happening?
So now it's the enemy's turn, so they can attack you, and you can retaliate. You can start right now, or you can go to action, and you can choose to counter. You can defend, which will lower your the damage taken, or you can choose to evade, which will increase your evasion chance. Or you can change weapon too. So if it says shoot down, then that means this attack will take down an enemy.
Oh.
It tells you.
Baby.
However, if the enemy has some special abilities that can activate by chance, then those might protect them from being shot down.
Interesting. We're gonna use the Magna Beam laser. I haven't seen that yet. Come at me! I'm untouched, terrorist.
Megatron's, well, I'm glad you like that explanation. Wow. It has to be clear because I plan on throwing this on YouTube.
Let's go! Look at this thing! Pew, pew. You're dead, terrorist. You're dead. We don't negotiate with terrorists.
We don't. Okay, so now that you took down one, you get one EX count or EX point.
So depending on the enemy you take down, you get more?
No.
Only just one?
It's always one.
Okay.
But you do get one for each enemy you take down, or you get one when you level up. So if you level up like 3 levels after beating that enemy, you get 3 points.
I see.
You can spend it. Actually, go back to the attack. Scroll to the bottom. Okay, so if you look, it says ammo, EN cost, required morale.
Yeah.
So some weapons.
I don't have enough.
Yeah, some weapons requires high morale to use. So to get morale, basically, you get them by shooting down enemies. Each enemy you take down, you get 5. So you start at 100. Each enemy you take down, you get 5.
Okay.
But depending on the pilot's personality, they can gain additional morale by taking a hit or dodging attacks. Or if one of your ally gets taken down, they might gain morale or they might lose morale.
So I defeated one and then dodged twice, so now that makes it 107.
Yeah.
I started off with 100.
You start at 100, yeah.
So each dodge is like a 1 morale.
At least for this pilot. Or it might be, he might gain 1 for each time he hit an enemy. So I don't remember exactly what this pilot does. But either attacking or dodging will give him extra 1. In this game, generally speaking, there are 2 types of mechs. There is mobility type, well, people call them the real types, or the super types, which is the tanky types.
Okay.
So not this one, go to the other one. Yep, that one. So if you look at the stats.
Oh, Mazinger.
Great Mazinger. If so these guys usually tend to be better at close range. And if you look at the mech stats, armor 2100. So they have much higher armor, whereas Tyranate, it's I think it's 1300. So armor is much lower. So these guys, they cannot dodge. Well, they could dodge here and there, but their main strength, it's tank. And even look at their HP, it's a lot higher. But they're also movement is a little slower. So that's kind of their style, right? And then their damage tends to be a little higher, but they also consume a bit more energy. So on the top left, it says size M. So there are different sizes in this game. So there's SS, which is like really small, and then there's S, small, medium, large, 2 Ls, and sometimes there is 3 Ls. And the size will affect your defense, damage, and your evasion rate.
Interesting.
So if you're using a small unit, small unit attacking a large one, then you'll deal less damage.
Right.
But if you're using a large unit attacking a small one, you deal more damage, but your accuracy is lower.
What's the advantage of attacking a bigger mech?
Well,
if you're small.
Sometimes you have no choice.
Okay.
Or if you
is it more like you can dodge?
Yeah. Or if you want to be safe, just deal some damage, and you can use a small unit. There are some pilot skills that will negate this difference in size, but you'll get them a little later.
Okay.
Okay, so you can attack.
I'm gonna attack. I'm gonna use this big boy.
Yep. Or if you want,
I'm gonna destroy.
If you want, since you have some EX count, you can spend it. So what I'll do is use multi-action here.
Okay.
Yep. And then take
Kill this
down.
guy?
Yeah, kill the guy with less HP, and that will let you move again.
Right. Okay, I'll just destroy this guy.
Yeah. Or what you can do since
Wait, I can attack twice.
Yeah, you can attack twice. So what you can do, move up, then use your the post move attack to take down this guy. Then use the range on the other guy. That way you'll be closer to the action.
Big brain. Big brainy. So let's go here.
But watch out, your strongest attack, your range is 2 to 7. So if you're right beside an enemy, you cannot use that weapon against him.
Okay.
Yep, so yeah, something like that would be fine.
Okay. Shoot him down.
Yep, shoot down.
Mojo is here. Critical.
Critical, yeah.
Destroyed. He's out of here. You're dead. Nice.
Alright, so now it says multi-action, so you can move again. Yeah, or in this case, you can use your big guns now.
Yeah, we're in a big gun.
Oh, I should also mention, morale affects your damage as well. If you have higher morale, it deals more damage.
Okay, so obviously this is farther. Less chance to shoot him down. Woo, shoot down. So multi-action only happens once. Like.
Yeah. Unless if you have enough points right now, you can use it again. And then if you take this guy down, you can move again.
Right, but I don't have enough points.
You don't have enough points, yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna shoot this guy down. Let's see what this looks like. Link confirmed. Firing out the strikers. Let's go! You got destroyed! Come on! Your buddies must have saw that. Come on. Their morale is shot.
Oh, there you go. Oh, you get money too. I forgot about that. So by completing the SR points requirement, you get some money.
Flank this guy and attack him in the butt.
Although this game has no front or back or anything. All directions are the same. One of my favorite anime, Gao Gaigar. Yeah.
Oh, Beyblade! Let it rip!
Is it gonna kill? Oh.
Whoa! I'm not done yet!
Oh, it didn't kill. So that's... This enemy has a barrier, so that it reduces damage a little bit.
So not miss.
Is it gonna hit? Oh, he dodged.
Sorry. You suck. You're trash. I'm pretty sure that's it.
I think that's it. Usually, if you try to end a phase and you have still a few units that hasn't moved yet, the game will actually tell you. It'll actually tell you that 2 units haven't moved yet. Do you really want to end the turn? So yeah, that's where they'll tell you. Okay, so these are intermissions. Well, yes, it says. So here you can save your game. You can upgrade your mechs. Upgrade your pilots.
So this is where you put your stats?
Yes, so you have money, so it tells you how much money it costs to upgrade.
Okay.
And it's kind of hard to see, but once you upgrade to the 5th slot,
I see. Yeah.
It's a little marker, right?
Every 5th one.
Yeah. If you upgrade all the stats, excluding the weapons, if you upgrade just the mech stats, everything to the 5th level, the mechs get a bonus bonus ability, or they get a bonus. So every mech is different. Some will just up your stats a bit. Some will give them special abilities. So some mech will gain a barrier after you upgrade everything to the 5th one. Some will gain an ability to regenerate energy every turn. So it's different. Every mech is different. Although you probably don't have enough money right now. Or do you? You can try it.
Hold on.
Or if you want, you can save before you mess around. You usually just save it. Then you can you can save scum.
Pilot lists.
So it tells
Main
you.
sub.
And sub. Yeah, there's 2 pilots in there. Some mechs have like
okay.
3 or 4 pilots in there.
Skill learning.
So you can up your stats. So and then you can give them more skills. So earlier you saw you got something called tech points, so you can use these points to quote unquote buy skills and give it to pilots.
Okay, I see.
And some of them are really good, like some I would highly recommend. So for this mech, he uses a lot of energy, so you want to give him a skill called save, energy save. It uses and makes all his weapons consumes 80% of its usual consumption.
I see.
So when you're playing through the level, sometimes you get these special parts. You can equip it to the mech. It will give them a bonus, various bonus.
I imagine you can't, but can you customize the look of your mech, or is it just okay?
Yeah, the mech is just that.
The mech is the mech.
Yep.
All right. So what do you usually do when you're in intermission?
If I have money, I'll upgrade them. I'll upgrade my mechs.
All your money?
No, I use a little bit.
Just a little bit?
Because in case if I get more mechs in the next level, I want to save it for that, right?
Yeah.
And if you notice anything that says new, you kind of want to go check it out.
Side plan.
Yeah.
What is this?
You can buy parts and stuff here. You can buy, the power parts. You can buy and sell there. And these ones are the question marks. You cannot buy yet. You have to meet certain requirements. Oh, it says unlock conditions.
Okay.
Yeah, and these you can only buy it once. Once you unlock it, you can only buy it once. But they're really good parts. And down there, recommended. The recommended list refreshes every level. So you can buy them. So if you see something you really like, you can buy them, right? At the beginning, I would say magnetic coating is pretty good because it increases mobility of the mech, increases their evasion rate. So early on, that is pretty useful. So it's up to you how you want to spend your attack points, because that costs attack points as well. Whether you want to use them for parts or use them for pilot skills.
Okay.
So you kind of have to juggle that. And this, you can spend also attack points to give you permanent bonus. So once you buy this, it applies to your allies forever, for the whole game.
That sounds good.
Yeah, but you can only choose one of the 3. So you have to choose pretty wisely. So this, if you have a lot of pilots, you can assign them to different roles, which will give you some extra money, some extra attack points, or raise their levels. I would consider this the mobility type or the real type, so you want to focus on evasion and energy. Like HP and armor, I wouldn't worry too much. Because this thing is good at dodging, right? So you kind of want to increase that a little bit.
So does the rating change as you level it up? Of like, you know how there's like overland, your movement rating or whatever?
No. So
that's just fixed.
It's fixed.
Okay.
There are ways to change it, but I'll go over that later. Although I should mention, it says they can increase the terrain, right?
Oh.
So the thing is, if the pilot's terrain is, let's say he's S in air, but the mech is still stuck in A, the overall rating is still stuck in A. You need both to be S to get S.
Wait, what?
Okay, so you remember, so both the mech and pilot has a terrain rating, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So if you want both, if you want an actual S and for that terrain rating, both the mech and the pilot needs the S.
I see.
Yeah. So if one is S, one is A, then you're stuck at A.
Got it.
sometimes if it's the SR point condition, if it's question mark, it just
Secret?
no, it just means they'll review the condition later. Go back, go to weapons. Weapons have terrain ratings too.
Adaptivity.
Yeah. So the only thing you really have to watch out for is water. So let's say if an enemy is inside water and you shoot a beam weapon at it, then it won't be effective.
I see.
If you, let's say you're in the middle of a level and you have to, like, you know, stop and do whatever, right? You can go to the menu and go to suspend, and it'll actually save it at this point.
Oh,
And you can continue the game at any point. And that's also a fun way, not fun way, a good way to save scum. If you're, let's say if you have an attack with a 50% chance to hit, you're not sure, just save beforehand. She has support attack level 2. So if one of her ally is attacking adjacent to her, once that ally is done attacking, she will attack as well. If the enemy's not dead.
How do I activate it?
So let's say send. Okay, move the red one beside the battleship and attack. So now class map weapon. So if you use that, it will attack multiple weapons on not multiple weapons, multiple enemies on a map.
Within that range.
Within that range, it'll tell you the range of it, but it will also it will also hit your allies.
Oh.
So you have to watch out.
I see. Okay.
So yeah,
let me just move this up, right? Oh wait, no, I have to.
Yeah, you have to. If it moves, then you can't use support attack. So leave the battleship alone. So yeah, move the red one or the blue one. So yeah, you see, it says support 2, right?
Right.
Yeah, that means you can do support attack on 2 separate attacks. And that replenishes.
Am I already in range of that?
No, you have to be like right beside it.
Well, it's like.
Yeah. So now, if you attack. So that goes through barrier. Oh, that's your ally?
Who's weak? No. Shoot down. We're gonna do this guy. So, okay, support attack, support defend. Wait, what? So how do I do the support attack?
So just click it. So now it says support attack down there.
Okay.
And also the support attack has a accuracy and stuff as well. So it's not guaranteed it'll hit. Unless if she gets a critical hit, then that's a different story. Because they don't take that into consideration.
Yeah. We're fine. We're good. Support attack!
So you have to wait for the enemy's turn first. So the enemy attacks, then the support attacks. So there's a risk if you die by the enemy's counter attack, then the support attack won't show up.
Bruh. Let's go. Come on, big missiles, big damage. Come on, baby.
Oh,
damn it! I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm kind of hyped for SRW 30.
Oh yeah, okay. I'm happy to hear that. I'm very happy to hear that.
I'm kind of hyped from what I'm experiencing right now.